was really excited to talk to you about your own personal experience, because I asked what your connection was to the Caledonia Fair. Mine is, as a child growing up, my grandmother was at the fairgrounds all the time with the harness racing, and my grandpa did the photographs of the horses. You know, my fondest fair memories were of the toffee,
right,
and the pie with all the bees that swung around, and it goes back to the grassroots of, you know, that chicken coop was always jam-packed full of people. But I was interested that for yourself, you had shared with me, and I was wondering if you could share with us today what your passion to the Caledonia Fair is and how you became involved.
Well, I mean, I'm a lifelong, well, I left for a while, but basically I was born and raised in Haldimand County. And yeah, memories of the fair go back to, actually I had a great aunt who lived across the road from the fair. And we would always go and stay at Aunt Jean's, or we'd park at Aunt Jean's and then go across. And it was also my first bit of independence, was the Caledonia Fair, because I had my best friend and another friend from school. The friend from school, her grandmother lived next door to my aunt. So we were able to, I think from about grade 3 on, because we could meet up right across the road, we got to go by ourselves.
Wow.
This was the 70s. But, so that was always there. And then as I got older, what really got me involved in the fair, and it's feels weird to say it now, but I was the 1987 Caledonia Fair Queen, which back before they were ambassadors, they were fair queens. And yeah, I found it a fascinating experience. I had no idea of everything that went into behind the scenes of the fair. And I think in that first fair where I was fair queen, I think I did something like 30 impromptu speeches throughout the weekend or something. It was everywhere you went, and it was a chilly weekend, and I insisted on wearing skirts and a heel and no coat. But it was a great experience with fantastic people, and some who I'd known my whole life, but it was a side of them I'd never seen, and some who I'd sort of just known of. And I loved the opportunity to do public speaking, because that was one of the things I enjoyed doing as a kid, and as you get older, you get fewer and fewer venues for it. So when my term as Fair Queen was done, they asked me if I'd come back the next year and host a show. And that was back in the day where it was very rigid. There was the Homecraft division and the men's division, it was called, and the men did all the fun stuff as far as I could see. And Homecraft, you had to pretty much wait for someone to invite you on or something, and I was not exactly the most Homecrafty girl in the world. I was actually invited onto the men's division, I think it was the first girl on the men's division. This is in the late 80s, and all of our barriers have since broken down. But at the time, it was so I would MC this night show, and I've been extremely fortunate because I'm on a fair board with a lot of people who don't like to use microphones, and I do. But that just one thing led to another after that. I loved behind the scenes, I loved working with these people. I loved the whole thing of it's being an event planner. It's like planning a big party every time you're doing the fair, and that's a lot of fun for me. I really like that.
I think it's almost a joke that I thought memorable. It's like the Queen got invited to the King's Court, and then she broke the ice to there.
No, it was fun. It was a very different. The timing was right.